This is a book, it's out of print. It's called Arizona Cavalcade, the Turbulent Times. It's very interesting. I mean, not just for Arizona history, but it also has a passage about some ancient giant skeletons that were discovered in Arizona, so I'm going to try to skim over portions of this for y'all. This is actually as reported, the details of a mysterious discovery as a Herald reporter called on Andrew Pauly to hear the story of his early adventures in Arizona. At his invitation of a previous occasion, the ex-Tribune correspondent seemed to be in a little talkative mood, and this is the story as near as possible. And he describes a journey through some Arizona mountains and a discovery that was found. Okay, it says here, during the week there has been developing a discovery in the buttes about the Upper Valley that promises to be the most remarkable find of this remarkable region of country. We refer to the finding of what seems to be a portion of a treasury vaults of some of the prehistoric tribes who at one time so thickly populated this valley. What the entire contents of the cave or artificial opening may be can only be conjecture at present, but it is, or was as the case. Incas of Peru, the royal owned all of the precious metals and gems and stowed them in this cave. It will be a find unequaled. When we reflect that this valley had a dense population of not less than 300,000 people according to Cushing, and was the site of several large cities, it seems reasonable to suppose that here was the seat of government for the country surrounding. Also, the ancient smelters and old mines prove that the people mined largely, but precious metals had never been found in their buildings or in connection with their remains, giving good reasons to believe that it was stored in the royal treasury. If this theory be true, then there is reason to believe that Alex Pauly, who returned yesterday again and quickly left to his find, had discovered the hiding place of the treasury, as was noted last week that he was about to go out in search of what he considered a very peculiar artificial opening in the rocks among the mountains, which now proved to be very remote from the orange orchard of the Upper Valley. Pauly started out with a prospector's outfit and succeeded in finding the object of his search, and furthermore that it was a genuine piece of masonry in a cut opening in the solid rock and of such thickness and consistency that with a prospecting pick, hammer, and other tools, he was 5 days in making an opening through the cement and rock that packed the opening, which is now not larger than a man can crawl through. Pauly tells a wonderful story of his discovery in the chamber behind the barricade, through which he had worked his way. He found a chamber apparently cut with solid rock not less than 20 by 40 feet in dimensions and about 10 feet in height. The floor was covered by 7 immense skeletons of men who in life must have not been less than 7 feet in height. And there was further evidence that they must have been warriors as the remains of copper shields, copper spearheads, battle axes, and other artifacts were found with the skeletons. A most interesting discovery was a small ornament, a crude amulet, apparently of gold, a metal that has never been found in all the searches that have been made in the ancient Aztec mounds and ruins, so plentifully distributed through the region of the country. A yet more important and startling discovery was an opening at the farther end of the chamber, also closed with what appears to be a sort of rude bronze door, so neatly and accurately filled into the solid rock that, barring a jut of the rock over in the sides of the doors, it might have grown there, so solid does it appear. It is about 2 feet by 3 feet in dimensions and of unknown thickness, but when struck sounds as though it may lay against a solid rock or was of great thickness. The mystery of this second discovery now occupies Pauly's attention, and he provided himself the necessary means to remove the door or a heavy bronze plate in the side of the cave, or whatever it was. As we have indicated, the place may prove the treasure house of the Aztec tribes, or it may prove nothing more was found. But at any rate, the discovery is a startling and interesting one. Pauly, who works entirely alone, so far traveled to town on foot yesterday, and guards his treasure with the greatest secrecy, so far as its location is concerned, though he talked very freely with a Herald representative as to what he found and what he thinks he may find when he believes to be nothing less than the treasure vault of the ancient royalty.